Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, one thing that I have brought to the channel recently is one that I don't really see many other YouTubers doing, and I've been having an absolute blast doing, is using a website named OTCmarkets.com. This is not a paid promoted video, they just make my life easy. And what they do is they give us the highest traded volume penny stocks on the market for the day. And what I like to do is I like to go over and see what penny stocks have really started gaining traction and which ones have really been picking it up over the last couple of days, as I find this is a fantastic way to really find some quality stocks early before they gain too much traction. Now, whenever the last time I did this video, I usually do them and I'll post them up on Friday nights. And one thing that you guys did tell me was, hey Tyler, is it possible for you to do these during the week? Because if so, then the next day after we do see the video, we could, if maybe we did like one of the stocks that was in the video, then we can go ahead and start our own positions. Because the issue is when you post it on Friday, come Monday, there's already a few other stocks that are popping off and really growing, and the stocks that you talked about aren't really having as much traction as they did the week before. And I think that's a fantastic point. So what I plan on doing is once or twice a week, maybe throughout the week, I'm going to make one of these videos where I just talk about some of the highest volume traded penny stocks on the market for that day. Now, if you do want to stay as up to date as possible about all of the trades that I do make a lot of trades based off of these videos, and a lot of the stocks that I do find to talk about on this channel or just to trade myself, I do find from this website. So if you do want to stay as up to date as possible with everything that I do, my trade portfolio, and have early access to the subjects in which I will be posting on this channel, you can definitely head down to the link in my description. It'll bring you over to my Patreon, and that is where I provide all of this information. Now, again, we did run out of slots in the very first tier, so definitely if you are interested, I would get in on these next two tiers, as we are already starting to work down on both of them already. Now, if you are looking to start your own investment journey, if you're already looking to spread out to another brokerage or anything like that, I would highly suggest Webull. Webull is an amazing brokerage that is currently offering 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 with only a deposit of $100. It's an absolutely phenomenal brokerage. They just added crypto and they're always making adjustments and evolving, and I really do absolutely love them. So head down to the link in the description. It'll be a referral link to Webull. Sign up and claim your 2 free stocks that could be worth over $1,850. Now, with that being said, let's go over to OTCmarkets.com and let's see what in the world has been going on over the last day. So if we do see at the top here, we have HCMC. That is no surprise to anyone. This thing has just been absolutely going off the walls. I mean, this stock, it's so hard to even keep up with sometimes. I mean, look at this, 16 billion in share volume. And I know there's a lot of conspiracy going on right now, and I am going to address that in another video. So I'm not going to go too deep about this HCMC, as I have mentioned it in about 9 of my last 20 videos. So I don't want to, overrun you guys with this stock, but that is of course going to be the first one, so we're just going to go ahead and skip on past that one. Next up, we do have Mine, ticker symbol MINE. Now their stock price is sitting at about 1 cent, maybe coming up on 1.015 cents sometime soon here. They have had a bit of a red day, down about nearly 20%, but their share volume is still up at nearly 3 billion shares. Now that is due to about 26,378 trades. Now, one key feature of this website, if you do go ahead and you click on the ticker symbol, you can go over whenever it would load, and we can go to company profile. And what I love about this is it gives you some brief due diligence and some brief research to allow you to get a general understanding of what the company is about if you're on the go. Now, what we have from this one is that the Minecro Inc., ticker symbol MINE, is the world's first publicly traded company specializing in growing, research, production, and distribution of psilocybin mushrooms and marketing worldwide. In addition, Minecro seeks to acquire and invest in CBD operating companies, extractions, edibles, topicals, white label products, etc. So this is going to be another one of those companies that we are really starting to take advantage of the psychedelic movement. A lot of different drugs and a lot of different, CBDs and all different type of things. They are really starting to grow in popularity, especially as they are legalized throughout the states. I know some places like Canada, it's fully legal. And so as they are continuing to do that, we have really seen these industries start to take off. So it doesn't surprise me to see a few of these other penny stocks really starting to gain some traction. Now, this one hasn't had the best day. Obviously, it is losing about 19%, but it does just show that people are getting more interested in it, and we're seeing a lot of shares trade hands. Now, as you guys do know, whenever I make these videos, I like to do some brief due diligence for you just to show you a few key components of the company. I like to go over their profile and just a few aspects of their financials. And one thing that I will notice with their income statement is, although they haven't reported revenues through this website, one thing we can see is that their operating income is getting better and better every single year since 2018. Actually, in 2017, they were actually in profit. They were doing pretty good. 2018, we saw them really take some big losses. 2019, we took a little bit of less of a loss. And now coming up here in 2020, we can see that the losses weren't all that big at all. So hopefully, who knows, this company could be coming up on terms of profitability again sometime soon here, and that'll be definitely interesting to check out. But with that being said, let's go back out all the way and let's take a look at what's next up on the list. Well, if we go back over to share volume, we can see that next up is FTEG. Now, again, this is one that we have talked about in the past, and this is going to be For the Earth Group. For the Earth Corp is an emerging integrated CBD producer and retailer in the United States. The company is in the process of establishing vertical framework that will extend from cultivation to extraction and production to a strategic retail footprint that includes multiple locations in Las Vegas, New York, and featuring mall kiosks, vending machines, e-commerce, and full store locations serving for both the human and pet CBD markets. Am I the only one who didn't know they had a pet CBD market? That was so new to me. I actually found out about this like 3 days ago, actually. But if we do go over and we head to their financials for this one, we can see that they are getting better and better. Their gross profit is growing year on year. Of course, in 2013, we saw they had a great year. 2016 was a very strange year. Maybe they didn't report this one, but we can see that from 2017 to 2018, there was some growth. Now, I'm curious to see how they have grown over the 2019 and 2020, so we'll have to do some more digging. But of course, at the end of the day, these videos are just brief due diligence just to introduce these stocks to you all. Now, one thing that is definitely worth noting is that although their overall gross profit was increasing, whenever it comes to their operating income, we can see that their loss from operations was expanding a lot and their expenses were growing very, very fast. So of course, that would be something to check out. If you are going to do some even further due diligence in this company, it would definitely be worth figuring out what exactly is going on with their financials and why are their expenses growing so much. Because yeah, at the end of the day, it could be a bad thing. They're spending more money than they have, but you never know what these expenses are going into, right? If they're using these expenses, if they're spending a lot more money in order to increase their infrastructure and increase this vertical framework that we mentioned earlier, that could be a good thing long term for this company. They could have been taking some some short-term losses for some long-term gains. Who really knows? At the end of the day, it would just take some further research. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's take a look at what is next up for the day. So if we go back over to share volume, next up we have USMJ. Now this is a very interesting one. It's one that is actually new to the list, so I'm pretty excited to check it out here. So the price is sitting at about 0.0059, which is very, very low. Had a fantastic day at about 43% growth, and considering a lot of the losses that we have been seeing in the market today, I would say that's fantastic. We have about $12.8 million in volume, sitting at about $2.4 billion in share volume, currently at about 11,300 trades. So USMJ is one that I've actually been looking at over the last couple of days. They caught my attention about 2 days ago. I wish I would have put some money into them, but you know, at the end of the day, sometimes you just miss those good old trades. But what this company is that they were founded on the core belief that I can't say this word for monetization purposes, but this word right here makes people's lives better. This word can fight disease, improve wellness, and do so in an environmentally sustainable manner. North American Blank Holdings is dedicated to find the best possible applications for blank to serve consumers. The company operates USMJ.com, and it is dedicated to ongoing blank consumer product development that it can incubate into the future spinoffs. Now, something to note about them is I actually have checked this out already, is that their financials are not too bad. They have some pretty good gross profit, but one thing that we can see is that whenever it comes to operations here, that they actually made it into profitability. We can see that they were taking some losses in 2017 and 2018, but it slowly has gotten better, and that their overall operating income has grown substantially over the last couple of years. Now, again, 2020 was a rough year for the majority of companies, so we did see them come back down a little bit here, but overall, there is still some growth from where they were in 2017 to now, and I think that is going to be very, very big for them going into the future, as that can provide them with the financial backing to expand out their company, their website, and get all of these different products out there. Now, the only thing that I would pay attention to that makes me a little bit nervous with this company is the fact that their total cash flow is declining. Now, year on year, their cash flow has declined, and that's not a good thing in a sense, because you want a company to have some good cash flow. You want them to have that liquidity, and in a situation in which they don't have good cash flow, then that does make them more of a risk. So again, this is another one of those ones that you have to pay attention to, and I would definitely do some further digging into. Next up on the list, we have GARB. It is going to be sitting at a price of about 0.0015, with having a pretty good day, up about 15%, with about $3 million in volume at about 2 billion share volume through 2,660 trades. So what is this company all about? Well, GARB is going to be for GARB Oil and Power Corp. It has a long company history in the fast-growing industry of waste recycling and is specifically related to waste to energy. GARB is organized to utilize both next-generation machines and new technologies to vertically integrate into the waste refinement, recycling, and energy industries. In addition to selling new tires, shredders, and related recycling equipment, the company's emphasis is for its own plants to produce profitable, new, and green solutions for waste-to-energy, including the potential use of alternate energy sources, new equipment technologies that improve energy usage, efficiency, and utilizing recycled material and producing both useful and desirable products, including recycled rubber to produce retread tires and as an alternate energy source in the production of electricity. My word, was that a long sentence. So basically what this company does focuses on is recycling, but they're taking advantage of a big movement we've been seeing recently, especially with the election of, Joe Biden into office. We have been seeing a lot of things going into energy, clean energy, people focusing on recycling, waste to green, and all of these other movements. And I think it's fantastic that this company is dedicating themselves to joining in on that movement and trying to take their own stake in the market. Now, this is one of those ones that I'm not going to really go into their financials too much as reported by this website, simply for the fact that they are within, it's about 6 years since we had a last report, so I don't really think these numbers are going to be too relevant. So it'll definitely be worth checking them out through other sources, maybe through their website or through anything else that we can really get a good explanation of what their financials are on. Again, I don't want to hold you all here for too long, as again, these videos are simply to introduce you to some of these stocks that just got moving and to do some very brief due diligence for you. And last but not least on the list, I'm going to do 6 because HCMC is literally always in the top. We're going to be going over SNRS. Now, their stock price is very low at the moment, sitting at 0.0009. They had a 50% change today, which is amazing. They had about 1.3 million in dollar volume, nearly 2 billion in share volume through another 5,990 trades. So whenever it comes to this company, what are we looking at? Now, I did have to go over to their website as they don't have much information whatsoever on OTCmarkets.com, but we can see that this is a consulting group that focuses on a few different things like appropriations, education, environment, cities and counties, local governments, and criminal justice. They've been around for over 30 years, and we can see here that they say with over 30 years of experience, we pride ourselves on giving the professional attention our clients deserve, coupled with realizing their goals. We are proactive to achieve your results. So it's overall just seemingly a normal consulting firm, but if we do go ahead and we just check out their stock price, we can see that it has started to really move. Again, as I did just say, this thing has been on the move. I mean, starting at basically 000, it has really shot up already loads of percentages. I'm not even gonna try to say that, but today alone we did see it climb about 50%. So this again could be one to check out. Maybe if we don't know too much information about them long-term wise, we can check out these charts, see what we think. It could be some good type of short-term trade. And that is, again, the overall focus of these videos is I really love just going through here and checking out what all of these different, let me go all the way back, and just checking out what some of these different stocks are, right? Because there's so many different companies and there's so many different places to find stocks, but this is my overall favorite one to find. I mean, look how many different stocks there are, and it goes on and on and on. And the fact that we can just see what so many of them are about while they're just starting to gain traction is very important to finding some of those really nice plays. With that being said, I hope you guys do enjoy these type of videos where I just do a little bit of research for you just so you don't have to go checking out each one of these yourselves. I hope you do enjoy it, and if you do, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. With that being said, I will try to post another one of these maybe like once or twice a week throughout the trading week. If you do want that, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. And with that being said, I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.